Steve, I've known you for, nearly 25 years now.
It is like that, isn't it?
Yeah, and I've worked for two of the charities that you have established. Firstly, I worked at Priors Court for, 24 years. And then lastly, I've joined Autism at Kingwood as the chief exec. So it was just an opportunity for us to have a chat about Kingwood, what your thoughts and feelings are, why you set it up, and just look back on the last 30 years.
Well, 30 years is a long time, and I'm enormously proud of Kingwood. It's so personal to me, simply because it started off with my Giles. My Giles was a much wanted child who started off so easy and contented that at first I thought he was doing rather well. But then at 2.5, he lost the little speech that he had and turned into a wild, unmanageable toddler. The bombshell diagnosis was that he was autistic. So Kingwood was very much tied up with that. Giles was the first person that we looked at after he came straight out of hospital. Then we realised, having got him deinstitutionalised, and that took years, but having got him deinstitutionalised, we realised that we could look after somebody else as well with the same facilities. And that turned into 3, and then we turned into a charity, and then we grew and grew and grew.
It's grown hugely in the last 30 years. We do supported living for those that are more affected by their autism and might need 24-hour care, as well as outreach for those who might need a couple of hours a week and can live in the community pretty much independently. We've also got an assessment and diagnostic centre as well. So we have broadened out into the community with your legacy to think about reaching all those autistic people that need help and support in so many different ways. I think quality of life is so important for autistic adults in the community. Have they got access to community, to family, to jobs, to fun, to things they find enjoyable? So quality of life is a big part of what I want to grow and develop at Autism at Kingwood. I want to get the people we support, the autistic and neurodiverse people, in to help us design some of our approach. I want to do co-production with them and really meaningful, impactful things for their lives as well. So it's not just something about
very encouraging
doing two.
I still know some of them. James Bevel shared a place with my Giles.
And one of our support workers who looked after Giles and James still works for us 30 years later. So that's amazing.
Where do you see Kingwood in another 10 years?
Part of my drive is to bring Kingwood back to its original purpose. Now, when you first set it up, it was because there was nowhere appropriate for Giles to live within the community and to bring him out of hospital. Now, I think if Giles were a young man today, he would have probably gone to a school like Priors Court.
Yes.
And that would have been great for him. But what I found when I was working at Priors Court, I was doing a lot of work in the last few years supporting parents to find places beyond Priors Court. In the last 5 years, 50% of the young people that left Priors Court had some sort of placement breakdown.
Yeah, that's awful.
Because they could not find a good enough place for their young person to go. And those young people are very complex. So we want Autism at Kingwood to be that place for them to be able to go. And I think your legacy of being innovative, of being driving forward, it's never enough just to stay.
We can always get better.
We can always get better.
Yes. Well, I think congratulations and thank you for all that you're doing.
Oh, well, thank you, Steve, and thank you for 30 years ago having the vision to set up Kingwood.
Onward and upward.
Absolutely.
Yes. Good.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.